Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another video. Today's video, I want to talk about, of course, some more Walking Dead stuff. We got a lot of stuff going on this week, just different news, different leaks. Nothing confirmed, of course. This is all just us fans speculating and just theorizing about what could possibly be happening. But the big thing this week, these last couple of days anyways, that they were apparently doing some filming there in New York City around Central Park in that general area. And a lot of it kind of pointed at, could it possibly be more Dead City stuff? Because a lot of people thought maybe they're doing reshoots, or maybe they're doing additional scenes, or they're just doing something else to kind of go in that general direction of Dead City. But there's also been the talk too, and I've done multiple videos this week about this subject because there's been a lot of things pointing out maybe Rick's coming back, maybe they're going to have some other cameos possibly, or this is another big one, maybe they're doing another spinoff because Scott Gimple said in an interview earlier this week that they're planning another spinoff, or they're planning more stuff in the Walking Dead universe, the next phase as he put it. And so we're just wondering, what's all this about? Is this even a thing? Could we expect Rick? The hopeful person in me wants to say yes, we could expect Rick, but the realist in me says probably not this go around. I don't think Rick is going to be any part of this. And so, as much as I would like to see it, the more logical thing is they're probably doing reshoots, or they're probably doing maybe some additional stuff because, when they get to the final product, because I mean, Dead City Season 2, I think that's been done filming since like July, or at least sometime earlier the last year. So there's definitely the more realistic possibility that they're probably just doing reshoots, or they're doing something kind of last minute, because if you recall back from the end of The Walking Dead, this is stuff that ended up being unused. One of the endings that they ended up filming for The Walking Dead was we had kind of a flash forward. We had RJ, we had Judith, and some other child characters from that time in adult form, like a flash forward like 10 plus years or something, them showing them surviving in still what is the post-apocalyptic world. And that was just something they ended up not using, so they went back, reshot, and we got the ending that we got for the original Walking Dead, which was just a couple years flash forward with our original characters and everything. There was no kind of passing of the baton or whatnot. So with this, we're wondering, is it kind of the same thing? Are they doing something like they did one ending, then they decide that doesn't work, we're going to go back and we're going to reshoot the ending? Or the other possibility too is maybe they're shooting a kind of last minute after credits thing, because on top of the unused ending for The Walking Dead, we of course got the ending, which was the last minute Rick and Michonne ending, hyping up that next step of The Walking Dead. So could they be doing something similar for Dead City? So, with that too, we've had a lot of talk and a lot of leaked photos and stuff. I did a couple of videos, but I didn't dive too much into it because I don't want things to be spoiled for me or anybody else that comes across the video, where we had Fear the Walking Dead sets or props or whatever spotted during the filming of Dead City Season 2 when it was going on early last year. And so we have to wonder, will we see cameos? And so I'm wondering, will they do kind of an after credits thing with maybe Morgan setting up his reappearance in the Walking Dead world? Because that was a big thing that was left unanswered with the Walking Dead, because when they wrapped up Fear, it was the whole big thing that he's going out there looking for Rick, and then we didn't get anything else outside of that. So I have to wonder, are they setting up to where Morgan's going to wander back into the picture? Or maybe the far more likely is, will we have Dwight and Sherry, because they were going back to bring the sanctuary back to life, make it worthy of the name, as they put it. And so could we have a thing too where after they do that, after they get it up and going, after they're successful and they've brought all these people in, they're rebuilding and they're providing support and protection, whatever else for that area, maybe we have a savior or a group of saviors that have managed to survive after all these years. They find out that the sanctuary is up and running, and they go back expecting it to be what it was, and then find that it's not. And so they harbor all this resentment and bitterness and everything, and they see that Dwight and Sherry are the ones running it, so this kind of intensifies it, given that maybe they had past run-ins with them and they didn't get along with them when the sanctuary was up and running how it used to be. So maybe they attack the sanctuary, they get word of where Negan is, they go track down Negan, and Dwight and Sherry realize this is someone from their past. They know who this is, so they go track these people down and they follow them all the way to New York and coming across Negan is just this big surprise, and maybe that's that cameo moment, that after credits moment. They track this guy back into New York, back into the Central Park area where they're supposed to be filming, and this guy finds Negan's having this conversation with him, and then we just get this surprise cameo. There's Dwight and Sherry. They've tracked this guy all the way up the East Coast, and they see that Negan is alive. He's running a whole nother group, and that just sets off a chain of events that's going to play into the next season. So I think that's just something that could open old wounds. Maybe we could also include other people from the past, where Dwight and Sherry see that Negan is in power again. He is in this position of leadership, and he's leading this whole group that obviously they wouldn't know about. They would just know about this small little faction or whatever. And so they take this information and they take it back to the people of Alexandria, even though they particularly aren't maybe welcome there, but they're going to take it back and let them know that Negan is back to his old ways, even though he may not be, but he's back, he's running a new group, and so they take it back to him, and it just kind of opens up a whole nother possibility of stories that maybe is going to turn to another war, like an all-out war 2.0, where they're going to go after Negan, and just all kinds of mishaps along the way, seeing how Negan is not that guy anymore, and he doesn't want this to turn into a big thing, and just all kinds of possibility for shenanigans. And I think that would be amazing to see Dwight and Sherry come back realizing he's still alive and he's still kind of in this leadership position, but they obviously wouldn't know that it's not the same as it used to be. He's kind of forced into this. He doesn't want to be there. And they see this as an opportunity to take out Negan, confront the trauma of their past, and get that closure that they so desperately need after this run-in with this pack of old saviors or whatever that still believe the old Negan ideology, where there's so much possibility there, I think. And if they did it right, they could play it out right, and they could re-spark old storylines, get the closure of certain characters, get the closure of everybody, where everybody comes together. So there's just a lot of different things I think that could be done as far as cameos or just setting it up for the next phase, as Scott Gimple put it. But there's just so much I think that could be done. And with so many different characters, there's just a lot of different scenarios that could be put in place to get us hyped up, because that's the one thing that the Walking Dead world very much lacks anymore. It's not exciting. It's not, something that you're dying of anticipation of seeing. There's no hype behind it. There's just nothing. They're just kind of, okay, this is the next thing, moving on. And that's just kind of been the thing with these spinoffs. Even though they've been okay, they're definitely not producing the hype and excitement and drawing people in like they used to. So anyways, that's just, a little breakdown of my theories and my thoughts about the subject. I mean, you can check out my other videos too, just kind of going into more depth about maybe the possibility of Rick or anything of that nature, kind of just the possibilities that are definitely there. What they do with them, we don't know, because The Walking Dead, of course, is just not what it used to be, as I've said to nauseum in multiple other videos. But we just want some sort of excitement for this franchise. We just want some sort of proper closure, and it just seems like there's no big rush to get there. But anyways, again, if you enjoyed my thoughts, my theories, anything about this kind of stuff, if you enjoy Walking Dead content, please be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, consider subscribing, and I will see you next time. So take care. Bye.